Hello folks, my name is Mark. This is Why I Hate the World. How you guys doing? So I'm going to tell you all a little story about World of Warcraft. Those of you who play WoW probably know where I'm going with this, but it's an interesting story anyway. In 2005, there was a glitch that resulted in a virtual plague, which has come to be known as the Corrupted Blood Incident. I'm sure if you guys have heard about this. And to sum it up, basically what happened is that there was a disease that a boss could cast on you that you could spread to other people. And it was supposed to be isolated from the rest of the game because the way dungeons work in WoW is that it's like an instance that other people can't get into if you start it with your party. And through a glitch, they managed to get this blood plague to spread outside of somebody's instance, right? And it would spread all around into all the game areas. And in the years since that, sociologists have studied this incident to see how people would react during a pandemic. And they found that, some people would do some things like they would try to help, they would stand outside of infected areas and warn people away, that kind of thing. They would try to cast healing spells and stuff and try to save people. And then there were other people who would try to spread it on purpose. They would go in with a high level character and then catch it and run around to other populated areas and spread it around. Or they would get it on their, if you're a hunter, you have a little pet and you could get your pet infected and then put it away. And they would wait until it all died down, and then they take the pet back out and reinfect people. And it seemed to be there were people who enjoyed spreading it around, enjoyed trolling people, right? And, I think we're seeing today some behavior that really isn't too far off from that. Because right now there's a lot of stupid people doing a lot of stupid things that is making this entire viral outbreak worse for everybody. And this is kind of happening at all levels of our society. On the individual level, a couple things come to mind. There is this guy named Lars on TikTok who has video of himself licking toilets, right? And for the coronavirus challenge. Okay, so if you don't know what TikTok is, basically it's like YouTube, but each video is like 10 seconds long. So you have to do something really extreme in order to get people to notice you. So there's always people doing really dumbass fucking things on TikTok, jumping into a pile of boxes or throwing themselves off a bridge or some shit like that. And this idiot Lars, decides to lick a fucking toilet, right? And lo and behold, he comes down with the fucking coronavirus. And it kind of it's hard to have sympathy for somebody when they do something really stupid like that. It's like a guy trying to light his head on fire. When he actually does it, do you feel bad for him? Not really. So, yeah, okay, whatever, Lars. Okay, you got your fucking views. I hope it was worth it. And he's not the only one. TikTok is filled with people doing shit like this. Another person named Eva Louise, who's a TikTok model, also did the same thing. She was licking a toilet. And then videos of people going around grocery stores and licking deodorant and licking products, ice cream, that kind of thing. And it's sort of even if you don't have the virus, that's still a fucked up thing to do. Another example of this kind of tomfoolery, there was this lady in Pennsylvania who purposely coughed on a bunch of produce, which means that they had to throw all that produce away. It was $3,500 worth of fruit and vegetables just wasted. And you think well, maybe she didn't have the virus. Maybe she's just doing it because she got in an argument with somebody, with the fucking clerk or whatever. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't actually have it. The thing is because the coronavirus has a very long incubation period, which could be up to 2 weeks. So it's it could be fine and then somebody eats it and then 2 weeks later they catch it. So they have to be safe. The law says they have to throw all that shit away. And there goes, at a time when people are worried about the food supply, we don't need to be fucking wasting food like that. So, yeah, that lady got arrested, and I hope they fucking, throw the book at her ass, because that's fucked up, right? Plus that, and then the poor store owner is out all that money. I hope she has to pay, for every single fucking fruit, every single grape, and, strawberry and, stock of fucking broccoli that got wasted there. In Kentucky, right, there was a bunch of kids who threw a coronavirus party because, you know, it's spring break or whatever, and they don't want to fucking, like, be at home. They want to go out and have fun, and, you know, they're college kids, so fuck the man or whatever. And so a bunch of these kids go and they have a party, and lo and behold, a bunch of them come down with the coronavirus. And that's the thing. It's like, now, how many of them have it, you know, at that, how many of them caught it at that party? We don't even know, you know, because there's not enough tests going around. So even if you do get a cough and a sore throat and a fever and you go to a hospital, they're not going to test you unless you're like on your deathbed. Unless you actually need to be admitted to the hospital and put on a respirator, you're not getting a test because there's not enough tests to go around. All right. So we don't even know how many infections resulted from that. That plus the fact that some people may get it and never show any symptoms at all, but still spread it to other people. I could have it right now and not even know it, and I could have spread it to 50 people. And who would even know? Because, you know, just because I don't have any symptoms doesn't mean I don't have it. So it's not just kids doing stupid things here, right? But, you know, a lot of older people too. One story that came to mind was this pastor in Louisiana who is defying orders from the governor to curtail large gatherings and is still having very, very large gatherings in his church. You know, and this past Sunday, he had 1,000 people in his church on March 22nd. And you go, okay, well, yeah, maybe people want to go to church now. Maybe they want to, you know, because they're scared and they want to get together and they want to pray and make themselves feel good and have some solidarity and all that stuff. And that's all great and everything. But, you know, this virus doesn't care if you're in church, okay? Going to church is not going to protect you from a virus. That's not how it works. You know, if you walk inside of a church, you're not suddenly like immune to disease, all right? It's simply the facts, okay? And to kind of bring that point home a little bit, I want to give you another story here about a pastor in Virginia named Landon Spradlin, right? And this guy was putting out videos and stuff saying that COVID-19 was just a big hoax put on by the media in order to, like, you know, defame Donald Trump and shit like that. Wonder where he got that idea. And, you know, lo and behold, he's one of the first guys to actually die of it in Virginia. You know, so yeah, viruses and diseases and bacteria and shit, they don't care, right, about what your religion is. They don't care about if you're a Christian or if you're in church praying or whatever. You're still gonna, you know, that's no protection, right? Don't go to large gatherings. See, right now, the only recourse we have right now is to not spread it amongst ourselves because we don't have enough, you know, there is no cure. There's no effective, like, you know, vaccine or anything like that. So people who are like completely ignoring these orders to like hunker down and not, you know, spread shit, they're putting everybody else in danger, you know. And I guess it's probably because we have an entire segment of our population that thinks the whole thing's a fucking hoax because our president for 2 months straight got up in front of everybody and kept telling everybody it was a hoax. And since Donald Trump said it was a hoax and he said that it was bullshit and it's going to be over with and all this other crap and, oh, we only have 40 people and by, you know, this time next week there'll be none and all that other shit, because he said that, and then everybody on Fox News said it, and then everybody in the entire right-wing alternate universe media sphere kept bringing that, you know, hammering that away for weeks and weeks and weeks. Why is anybody surprised that people in Louisiana and people in Kentucky and all of these southern places and right-wing influencers, you know, why do they all think that? They all think it's a hoax and it's a conspiracy theory. You know, right now on 4chan, you know, there's people like, you have Dr. Anthony Fauci, who's like the head of the CDC right now. He's the actual doctor that when Trump goes and he has his like daily briefings, and then there's that doctor guy who actually knows what he's talking about. That's that doctor. There's conspiracy theories right now that he's like a deep state plant by Hillary Clinton, right? And that's, you know, that's trying to like make Trump look bad. Right, because he contradicts Trump, because this dude actually contradicts Donald Trump and will correct him to his face when Donald Trump says stupid shit. Because Donald Trump is like the leading source of misinformation in the country right now. You know, like he goes up, he claims things that aren't true. He's like, oh, we're going to have 50,000 ventilators and shit like this. You know, we have this other drug that might be a cure or whatever, and we're going to have the vaccine in a month. And it's like, all of this shit that he's saying isn't true, and it results in people dying. You know, there's another story of this guy in Arizona and his wife who drank chloroquine phosphate, right? Because they heard Donald Trump say that chloroquine is a drug that, you know, looks like it has promising results and it'll protect you from the coronavirus. So these people went and drank it, but the stuff they drank was made to clean fish tanks. Okay? And the guy died, and his wife was in critical condition because of shit that Donald Trump said, because they listened to the president, right? Because in the past, right, for the entirety of our entire country, the president was somebody you could trust. And now, right now, the president is the number one source of misinformation and fake news when it comes to the coronavirus. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. So it's like, does it make any, like, does it surprise anybody that you're starting to see hotspots flare up in places like Kentucky and Louisiana? You know, right now everybody's like hunkered down and we're all blah, you know, we're all going a little stir crazy shit like that, right? Well, there are 30 states in the country that are not taking any measures at all. You know, there's only 20 states that are actually doing some stuff. And like the major hotspots in the country, Los Angeles, New York, you know, they're like actually like, you know, Michigan, they're actually doing this stay-at-home shelter-in-place order. Everywhere else in the country is still open for business, right? You know, lots of other states aren't even doing shit, you know, fucking Wyoming, whatever. They're not doing anything. And even though there are cases in every state in the country, right? I mean, just today, we just got over 100,000 confirmed cases, okay? Monday, it was 40,000. When I did that video on Monday, I looked it up. It was like 40,000. So, what's today? I mean, how long has that been? 6 days? Jesus Christ, okay? And it just goes to show you, dude, it's like, you know, you gotta take this shit seriously, all right? There's people out there who are doing stupid things because they're morons. They're morons and they're idiots and you know, they're going to troll you just like in World of Warcraft when people went it out and spread it on purpose. There are people out there who are doing this incredibly idiotic, risky behavior on purpose because why? You know, because ultimately it doesn't matter why. They're fucking idiots and it's going to result in people dying, you know. There is no vaccine. There's no cure. The only treatment they have is to put you on a respirator and keep you breathing, right? And there's not enough respirators going around. Just today, right, Donald Trump enacted one of his presidential powers and is forcing General Motors to manufacture respirators. Just shit that he should have done like last month. He should have like, you know, because there isn't enough of them. Okay, New York is going to need like 40,000 respirators, and they have like, you know, 400. All right, I don't even know. Like, there's a cruise ship that pulled up in Los Angeles. Like, that was like a medical frigate from the Navy. They have 80 respirators. You know, there's like 3 million people that live in LA. Like, what if 10% of the people in LA catch this? 30,000? You know, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, what is that? Is that even 30,000 or is that 300,000? I don't even know. I can't do math right now. You know, it's shit is hitting the fan right now. It does not look good. And this and the fact that Donald Trump, our president, wants to open the country up by Easter because he wants to get the economy back going because he knows he's going to lose the fucking election if we have a depression, right? That's, you know, it's like we're heading straight towards a brick wall right now. And shit is going to get really bad. So I hope all of you out there, you know, right now, I hope you're taking it seriously. You know, stay inside, right? Stay inside. Don't go to parties. Okay, don't go to the beach. Don't go hiking. All right, don't go anywhere you don't have to. Stay inside. You know, if you got to order food, get it delivered. You know, if you have to go to the store, be very careful. Don't touch your face. You know, shit like that, right? Don't be wiping your mouth and stuff. I have that problem all the time. I always touch my face and wipe my mouth. You know, and don't shake hands with people. Just be very careful. Wash your hands. And, you know, because right now it's like the blind leading the blind right now. You know, the people in charge they're not going to help you. And it's really unfortunate that this is what's happened. This is, you know, incredible. And I never really thought that this would happen. I thought that if we ever had, you know, a kind of event like this, that at the very least the people in charge would know what they were doing. And they don't right now. And on top of all that, we have to deal with all these fucking trolls running around, purposely fucking everything up. So, I don't know, just stay safe. I guess that's really the only way I can end this. And, I don't know, everybody be cool. Adios.